Among as program chair, I will announce award. We have 3 awards. I will not keep you long. I know you are very tired, especially after yesterday's wonderful, fantastic flamingo. This is a traditional way. We give prize. We have 3 categories. One is the best paper, especially for oral presentations, and best student paper, best student paper, and best post paper. So the procedure is that we take into account the associate editor's view and each reviewer's view of each paper. Then we get the highest ranked papers. They will be nominated as awards. And then we built a committee. We have 3 committees. We invited distinguished experts in this area, and they ranked the paper, the nominated papers. So I will announce from best poster paper. The second prize, this first, the nominations. So for each category, we have 2 prizes, second prize and first prize. So I will first make a list of all the nominations, and I will start to announce from the second prize and then the first prize. So you may know, some of you are already on the list. I hope you are still in the room now. Best student nominations, we have 6. One has withdrawn, unfortunately. According to our committee members, they are all well written, and it's extremely difficult to rank, but still they have to make a decision. Best paper for oral presentation, we have 9 totally nominated papers. I think there are still can recall all these speakers. And then I will tell you who are the winners. It's hard work for our committee members. I especially first thank for all the authors for your contribution, as well as all the reviewers and associate our committee members, awards committee members. So I start with the second prize of post paper. Is visual odometry based on random finite set statistics in urban environment. I would like to invite author Feihu Zhang come to the stage. Are you there in the... You will explain the gift later. We will explain what is in the box later. All right, so we keep Chinese, we don't open it. The certificate you can open, and also your name and paper number is in. Thank you. First, prize of the best poster award goes to a probabilistic discriminative approach for situation recognition in traffic scenarios. It's by Quan Chuan, if I pronounce correctly, Jonas Furl. Now, for our students as well as advisors, the second prize of best student paper goes to track-to-track fusion with asynchronous sensors and out-of-sequence tracks using information matrix fusion for advanced for ADAS. I'll keep it short. The author is Michael Alberhard. I also congratulate his supervisor, Torsten Bertrand. So the best student paper first prize goes to risk assessment at road intersections, comparing intention and expectation. The author is Stephanie Lefferer. Oral presentation, best paper, second prize goes to May I Enter the Roundabout, a time to contact computation based on stereo vision. The author is Maximilian Murphy. Now take a breath, deep breath, our last, final, first prize of the best paper. It goes to driver intent interference at urban intersections using intelligent driver model. It's by Martin Lebener. Congratulations. So I would like to congratulate all the winners, as well as, although some people may not win the prize, but you know, we have to select. This it's just a chance, and also you have contributed to the Congress, and we really appreciate your contribution. And we hope we will see you also during our oncoming IEEE conferences. I will first we have several announcements. First, I would like to invite Eduardo Nabort from Sydney University to introduce IV 2013.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I mean that I'm Eduardo Nabort. I mean, I have the pleasure to present. I mean that. IV'13, I mean that we plan to do IV'13 in Australia, as you may have guessed from the photo. I'm presenting this on behalf of Ljubo Blasic, that unfortunately he couldn't came, but I'm also going to be part of the organizing committee of this conference. This is it's interesting that this is the first time that IB and IIB are going to be organized back to back. I mean that it's going. I mean IB is going to be at the end of the month. I mean that 23 to 26 of June next year, and IIB is going to be just right after that. And there is some organization in order to for people that wanted to attend both conferences in order to assist with the registration. As you may have seen, I mean that the web page is already on. I mean that, and we already started just thinking about the program. Okay, this is the tentative program. I mean that I think that we believe that the workshops are one of the highlights of this conference. I mean that I don't know if we are going to be able to do such a good job as Rafa this year, but we'll do our best. I mean that, and I'm going to be in charge of the workshop, so probably I will be chasing a few of you. I mean that just in order to organize a list in order to make it as good as this year. We are going to have 3 days with, I mean, the tentative with the same structure, and there is a potential day for demonstration that we still need to decide. Nevertheless, I mean that there is a networking night. I mean that that hopefully will be able to get the people from both conferences. So. What will be different in Australia? I mean that why? I mean that you guys should go to Australia. I mean that it is my mission to convince you that you all need to go to Australia. I mean that one thing is that we have Australia has very few people, has a very large area. I mean that and also has a very large area in terms of land and in terms of I mean that the sea. And we tend to work in what we call field robotics. Oh, I think that, let me cut the song here. So we tend to work in field robotics. So, and we call field robotics all these different areas. So potentially mean that you guys have the opportunity to network with people from other universities in Australia that are addressing, I mean, that problems, I mean, that they have solutions very similar, I mean, that to intelligent transport systems. I mean, that and some of these applications are like the one in the top are in the very close to the city that is going to be organizing IB. The other, obviously, I mean, that important reason is Australia itself. I mean that just to give you an idea, I mean that about the I mean that the days that you need to remember is that the due days for submissions. I mean that's going to be a little bit earlier. I mean that in 1st of November. This is the main reason is that one of the issues is that December is usually our break over there. You can see, I mean, that basically the final submission is going to be in by the end of February. So we'll appreciate if you keep your days, I mean, that in your diary, so we can have a very good estimation of the people is going to come. So. You can have an idea of where is Australia, and basically, I mean, that we are, the conference is going to be organized. This is Sydney, I mean, that Brisbane, and here we have the Gold Coast. And just to give an idea, I mean, that where this conference is going to be held, I mean, that this is the Gold Coast, okay? The Gold Coast, it's very interesting because Australia is a combination with, I mean, that of fantastic scenery, but combined with all the facilities in order to do business and in order to do research. And just in order to show this, I mean, that they have a video that ran for 5 minutes, but I will run it for just a couple of minutes in order to give you an idea of the venue that you're going to be working on. And I will appreciate the one that is working with the sound, that if you can adjust the level, I mean, that I'll do my best here.
Ever thought there was a better way to do business? Ever wondered if there was a better place for your business event? You were right. The Gold Coast is Australia's best meeting and conference destination. It's the only city with such an array of natural landscapes, world-class attractions, and modern venue infrastructure. The Gold Coast is famous for many things: its beaches, its entertainment, its hospitality, and its ability to make a conference more than just another event. This is where people come together, make things happen, and build lasting business relationships. As Australia's second fastest growing city, the Gold Coast is driven by a fascinating mix of key industries. With 4 major university campuses and over 400 learning and training providers, education contributes to the city's social and economic growth. 75% of Queensland's film production is made on the Gold Coast, including international...
I'll leave it here. I mean, that probably, I mean, that you will find the rest when you go to Australia next year. Just to give an idea again, I mean, that general chair is going to be Lugo Blasic, and also we have Miguel Angel, I mean, that probably doing all the work, I mean, that hopefully repeating the work that you have done here. And once again, I mean, that I will be working with the workshops, I mean, that, and hopefully if we have your help, I mean, we should be able to make a very successful IB 2013. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eduardo.
Okay, thank you.
And now I would like to invite Jennifer Miller, and he's from University of Alaska. He will announce ITSC 2012. Is Jeffrey here? Yeah.
All right, thank you. So before you go down to the southern part of the world for IV next summer, I'm inviting you up to the northern part of the world in September for ITSC 2012. We've done a lot of work on this already. Here's the organizing committee. The program chairs have done a lot of work so far, Wei Bin Zhang and Yinhai Wang. We already we've had 425 papers submitted to the conference, and the notification deadline is July 1st, so for all of you who have submitted papers, you'll be finding out at the end of this month whether the paper was accepted. We have 3 awards that'll be presented at the conference: the Best Paper Award and the Best Student Paper Award, which are from the conference itself, and then we also have from the Society the PhD Dissertation Award. We're going to have some student-specific social events, and also, of course, we're going to have some Alaska-specific ones. Here's a view of downtown Anchorage. The Hilton is where the conference will be held. This is a view from the Hilton of Downtown Park, and you see the water in the background there as well. There's lots of fishing to do there, and I've inserted some of my own pictures to show you that these aren't just from the city. This is real. Float planes and kayaking. This was about a block away. I'm trying to make a guarantee that everybody that comes to the conference will see a moose. This was on campus at the university. There's bears. This was just down the street from my house. This was a black bear walking down the street. We have a lot of bald eagles, doll sheep, beluga whales, sea otters, sea lions, the penguins of the north, the puffins. And we do have polar bears in the state, but fortunately we don't have any wild ones in Anchorage. We do have 2 of them in our zoo. And for anyone who's ever seen the video of the polar bear who reaches out and grabs the lady and pulls her in next to the cage of the zoo, that actually happened at the Anchorage Zoo, and they have the lady's shoe on display. Just about 45 minutes south of Anchorage, there's a wildlife refuge, so you can see animals in their natural habitat, even though they are still caged. The Northern Lights, they should be able to be seen when you guys are there in September. Glacier Cruises, only about a 45-minute drive, and you can get to a glacier cruise where you can see, I think they advertise 23 glaciers on a 4-hour cruise. The Alaska Railroad has some nice scenic views for you as well. Native Heritage Center and Museum to see all about the history of Alaska. You can golf at the wee hours of the morning, and you don't only have to watch for moose when you're golfing. There's a lot of other animals that run across the fairways too. We have over 193 kilometers of paved trails within the city and 290 kilometers of wilderness trails within the city. So if you like biking or hiking, running, this is a great place to do that. Mount McKinley is the tallest peak in North America, is in Alaska, and that's only about a 4-hour drive or a train ride from Anchorage as well. And I have a short video also prepared by our city. think I've lost my slides. There's only one more slide, though. I can just go over it. One thing that I always like to correct from that video when I show that, when those guys are sitting in the boat and the bear's about 10 feet away from them, not smart. I don't know why they included that in that video. In September, I've gotten a lot of questions about weather in Alaska. And September 16th through 19th during the conference is going to be nice weather. It's between 55 and 70 degrees Celsius, which is 13 to 21 degrees Celsius. 55 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so it'll be very nice weather at that point. There will not be snow on the ground in Anchorage, and you probably should not bring your snow skis because we won't have, it won't be the season for that yet. It'll be right at the end of fishing season, so you might still be able to go out on some charters or in some of the streams and catch some salmon. The daylight, the sun will be coming up somewhere around 7 in the morning and going down around 9 or 9:30 at night. So we'll have long days at that point also. So September 16th through 19th of this year, I hope to see you all in Anchorage for ITSC 2012.
Okay, everybody, we are all very tired. It's time to close the conference, less than 1 minute. There is very little else to say. Just let me explain that the box, the gifts that we have given to the awardees is a book of Don Quixote, written by, well, of course in English, don't worry, written by the most popular Spanish writer in history, Miguel de Cervantes. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, everything is already done. Everything is finished. So all I can say is that I'm thankful and grateful to you for sharing these days with us here in Spain. I hope to see you all in ITSC 12 in Anchorage in September and in IV'13 next year down under. So thank you everybody and bye-bye.